For the last several years, the Atlantic Ocean has been a factory for violent, hyperactive storm seasons. But the horizon, in the summer of 2026, looks different. Absolute calm. Satellite views like this have become the standard. Recent activity was driven by a multi-year La Niña, a cooling of the Pacific that removes the atmospheric breaks from Atlantic hurricanes. But for the 2026 season, running from June 1st to November 30th, the data suggests a shift. Early indicators predict one of the quietest seasons in modern history. This raises a specific question. What global mechanism is powerful enough to stall the Atlantic hurricane engine? For coastal residents, the answer is a matter of safety. A dormant forecast can easily lead to complacency, and in a hurricane zone, that's a liability. The search for the source of this 2026 reprieve leads away from the Atlantic and deep into the eastern Pacific Ocean. Everything here is governed by ENSO, the El Niño Southern Oscillation. ENSO is a periodic climate cycle that shifts water temperatures across the Pacific. Currently, the storm favoring La Niña hands is breaking down, transitioning into a neutral state. By midsummer, the statistics shift. There is a 62% probability that a significant El Niño will emerge and persist through the end of the year. As the Pacific warms near South America, it alters global trade winds, pushing strong air currents straight toward the Atlantic. This creates vertical wind shear at different altitudes, which effectively rips the tops off forming tropical cyclones, preventing them from organizing. This is the butterfly effect of global climate. A warming patch in the Pacific dictates the survival of a storm thousands of miles away. This map of sea surface temperature anomalies highlights the Atlantic Multidecadal Oscillation, a naturally occurring cycle shifting North Atlantic temperatures over decades. After a 30-year warm phase, the AMO is trending downward. Cooler central Atlantic waters mean less energy to fuel developing storms. Forecasters track these shifts using analogs. This involves matching the current ocean temperature profile to similar years from the past to predict future activity. For 2026, the closest historical matches are 1994 and 2015. In both of those years, hurricane development was almost non-existent across the main development region. While the scientific consensus points to a dormant year, the same historical records contain a warning for seasons with low storm counts. Broad climate statistics can easily mask localized catastrophe. Consider 1992. It was an El Niño year, and the season was quiet, just as predicted. Only a few named storms formed during the entire 6-month window. But one of those storms was Hurricane Andrew. It intensified into a Category 5 monster, and it devastated South Florida, proving a quiet year only refers to storm numbers, not their potential for destruction. This is the Andrew principle. The seasonal average is irrelevant if the one storm that forms makes landfall in your community. This is why readiness remains the golden rule. Regardless of the below-average labels, the risk to life and property requires the same level of preparedness every single year. Because of the immense risk posed by a single rogue storm, NOAA is actually expanding its technological presence for 2026. The traditional centerpiece of hurricane research is the WP-3D Hurricane Hunter. It's equipped with specialized meteorological sensors to fly directly through the storm's eyewall. Joining the fleet in 2026 is the sUAS, or Small Uncrewed Aircraft System. These are low-altitude drones launched directly from the Hurricane Hunter planes. These drones are sent into the boundary layer. This is the lowest section of the storm, where the wind meets the sea. It's a region too dangerous for manned aircraft, but exactly where a hurricane's intensity is decided. In a year where El Niño suppresses the total number of storms, the ability to pinpoint the intensity of the one storm that does survive becomes a matter of life and death. The Atlantic might appear quiet in 2026, but the technology watching has never been more alert.